Hi everyone! First of all, I wanted to apologize for not posting a video last night like I promised. So to make it up to you, I'm going to be posting 2 videos today, and the first one's going to be all about ribbon and the second one's going to be all about chipboard. So I hope you enjoy them and please leave a comment. Okay, so for the first technique, what we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of ribbon and we're going to add an epoxy sticker to it just to add a little accent. So if I did a Dad and Me page, maybe I would put a little D at the end of the ribbon. And then you just got this nice little bubbly accent to your ribbon. See how that looks there? So that's a quick and easy technique, and you can even spell out an entire word on there if you wanted to. And for the next technique, I'm going to show you how to distress a ribbon. I'm sorry, let me zoom out there a little bit so it doesn't get blurry. So I'm just going to take some regular Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I'm going to take a makeup wedge, and I'm just going to take the ribbon and I'm going to rub it along the pad just like that. And I'm just dinging up this ribbon so it looks a little muddy or a little dirty, and this would look great on like a mud fight page or something like that. So you can go as dark as you want. And you can do this with any color ribbon as long as the ink's a little darker. And then you could even exaggerate a little more on the edges just by rubbing along the edges a little bit more like that. So you can get some nice little streaks or just make your ribbon darker, make it look a little dirty, and it adds a really nice touch, especially to your Altered Arts pages. So there's another quick one, and let me zoom in there just a bit so you can see it a little bit better. Can you see that? So that's a neat technique, and I don't really particularly like this color ribbon, so this is definitely a ribbon that I would distress. Okay, and while we're on the note of inks, I'm going to show you how I like to spice my ribbon up a little bit by stamping on it. And this is simple. You would do this the same way you would stamp a paper, basically. So you can pick out your pattern, or your background pattern, or just a decorative stamp. And I'm not using, I'm just inking up my stamp here. I'm not using a acrylic block for this because this is just something that's really simple to do. So I'm going to pick where I want, what part of the image I want to be on my ribbon, and I'm going to do it sort of at an angle like this because I want some of that flourish and then some of that skull as well. So you just set the ribbon on there and rub the ribbon onto the stamp so it'll pick up that ink. And you don't want to use a really thin ink for this, because if you do, it'll just bleed right through the ribbon and you won't really be able to see much of that image. So what I'm using is a pigment ink. You could even use a chalk ink as well. So I'm just going to finish this ribbon. Let me get the right angle there. And I'm just rubbing it on there. And just be careful not to move the ribbon because you don't want to have a distorted image. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see the whole picture. I'm going to get some of these numbers here at the end. And I'm just using a Tim Holtz stamp here. So now I've got a really neat really neat pattern on my ribbon, and you can use your heat gun to set this ink as well. So let's zoom in so you can see that a little bit better. I don't know if you can really see this because this ribbon's has a little bit of a sheen to it, but I've got part of my skull, some numbers, and some flourishes. And you can use this to maybe hold down a photo. So now with this ribbon, we're just going to add a little bit of bling, and this is a simple technique as well. I'm just going to take some regular self-adhesive gems, And you're just going to place those gems evenly apart on the ribbon. And this would be really cute for, I've used this technique for a puppy page, and it said princess on it. So it kind of looks like a sparkly dog collar. Okay, so now you've got some ribbon with some pretty gems on there. Now, and let's see, for this ribbon, I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit with some eyelets. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some eyelets, any color you want, and my crocodile, and I'm just gonna punch a hole right through the ribbon. And depending on what kind of ribbon you use, it may not cut through the ribbon, because I'll show you how to fix that now. So when that happens, you really just want to rip through the ribbon a bit. When this happens and it just pulls the ribbon really, you just want to stretch it out like that to get it straight again. And then I think I'm going to use a darker color here. Let's try this metal color. I'm just going to stick it through the little hole that I made and smash it down just like that, and then I'll do that all the way down the ribbon. And this adds a nice little effect to the ribbon, especially when you're doing sort of a grungy page or a more masculine page. And this one's a different color, but I'm just going to show you. And you can put grommets on the back of that if you're going to tie a knot with this, or you could tie the knot first and then add these to the ends. But you can do a lot with that, and I think it looks really neat, and I've done this quite a bit.